A lot of people don't understand that. It's like you try to explain it to them. I guess you have a little bit
Welcome. Beautifully done. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Community Service Council's Inaugural Autumn Gala tonight. Yes. Beautifully done, a great crowd in the room. All proceeds tonight helping counseling and services to your friends and neighbors who are experiencing challenges in their lives. We have an awesome program tonight, and then the evening concludes with Pat McGann. So we're going to be in for a real entertainment treat tonight as well. My name's Michael Carpenzano. I'm going to be your little master of ceremonies this evening to make sure the night moves along very nicely. I want to start with some introductions of some of our elected officials in the room. If you can, maybe stand up when I say your name, or please give a wave. We're going to start off Village of Bolingbrook Mayor Roger C. Claar. Village Clerk Carol Penning. And then Trustee Leroy Brown is on his way. Trustee Mike Lawler. Trustee Maria Zarate. Trustee Derisa Hoagland. And Trustee Bob Jaskowitz. Village Attorney Jim Bowman is on his way as well. From what I'm told, he will be here. DuPage Township Supervisor Bill Mayer. Assessor Gene Kelly. We have Township Clerk Trish Stack. Trustee Alicia Benford. Trustee Dennis Raga. Trustee Ken Burgess, and Trustee Mary Pat Oliver. From the Fountaindale Public Library, we have President of the Board, Peggy Danhoff. We have Ruth Newell here. I know I saw Ruth. Steve Burdell. Marcelo Valencia. A very special man today. So Executive Director Paul Mills is here today as well from the Fountaindale Public Library. Thank you for being here. Valley View School Board, we have Victor Zapp, Vice President. And Mr. James Maduris. Superintendent Mitchell, Dr. Mitchell's here as well. Diane Perro is here as well. And then we have State Representative Natalie Manley here tonight. All right, welcome everyone. Tom Ross is here. Where's Tom Ross? Public Safety Director Tom Ross. If I miss anyone else, just come give me a tap and I will make sure to include them. I do want to run through a list of those that made tonight possible. That's our event sponsors for tonight. So you're going to see a couple of them. We're scrolling on the PowerPoint before the program, and you'll be able to thank them throughout the evening. But we're going to start off with our Diamond sponsor. This is a gift of $2,500. Alpha Media, WJOL, CCQ, and Star. Anyone here from Alpha Media? I know I saw our gold sponsors, the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Randy J. Sitco. Midwest Fuel Injection. Robin Schwartz. And and Z&B Consulting. Where's Michelle? And our silver sponsors for tonight, Abri Credit Union, Advantage Chevrolet of Bolingbrook, the Bolingbrook Area Chamber of Commerce, Bolingbrook Bank and Trust, the Bolingbrook Lions Club, Bradley Ventures, DuPage Township, Edward Custa, First Midwest Bank, Rocket Ice Arena. Look at that guy. That's our Grand Marshal of the parade. He's very well known. We got Miss Stephanie Herbert from Remax Action. Hello. Tressler LLP. We have Victor Zach from ASAP Realty. And the Village of Romeoville. Thank you so much. All of our sponsors tonight, I will tell you, take a look through those programs. Make sure you patronize those who made tonight's event possible. I will also note that everyone who contributed tonight more than $500 is being added to the beautiful recognition plaque that's inside the CSC office. So make sure when you stop by next, you thank them for all of their continued support of all that Community Service Council does. Okay, I can take a break for a little while. Before I do that, what stands between me and you guys enjoying some beautiful food from the golf club is the invocation. Mr. Jerry Basil, could you lead us in tonight's invocation?
Will you pray with me? Father, we come to you tonight with grateful hearts, knowing that we are a blessed people here in this room. Father, our homes don't have water in them. Our homes have power. Our fuel stations have fuel. Our grocery stores have groceries. And Lord, we are just overwhelmed with the blessings that we have. And we think about those that are going through the hard times right now. And we ask that your blessing would be upon them. Father, we thank you so much that we live in a community where we are blessed. And tonight we want to ask your blessing upon those that have supported the CSC. Lord, the sponsors, we ask for those that will be contributing even more tonight. I ask God that you would bless the finances, that it would come in, that all the needs would be met, so that the CSC could meet the needs of our community. Now, Lord, we just come to you, thanking you for this opportunity to join together, and that you would bless this food, make it a nourishment to our bodies now. And we're going to give you all the praise, the honor, and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay. I did miss a few folks during the initial introduction, so if you can, I want to go ahead and introduce a couple of folks that snuck into the room. In no particular order, although I'm looking right at him. How about Deputy Mayor and Village of Bolingbrook Trustee, Leroy Brown. Village Attorney Jim Bowen. I want to mention we have a candidate for State Rep, Alicia Benford. And he was sitting right next to her, but there you go. Mayor Note from the Village of Bolingbrook. I didn't want to forget about those folks. All right, it is my absolute pleasure. If you can, I'm going to ask the room for their attention. It's the best part of our program, second to Pat McGann. Thank you. I'm going to introduce Community Service Council's Executive Director. He's been the Executive Director since 2007 and a Bolingbrook resident since 1993. My friend, Mr. Bob Kelnicki.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out. It's a great event, great turnout. I did also want to give a shout out to Senator Pat McGann. Thank you for showing up. A couple things things I want to take care of. First of all, I want to introduce our board of directors that we have here at Community Service Council, and I'd like to do that up here since I'm the creator of the start. Our board president, Carol Penning. Our vice president, Peggy Dayhoff. Our secretary, Kurt Lopachowski. Our treasurer, James McCullough. Brian Cedar is from Greek Credit Union, one of our board members. He couldn't be here tonight. Jen Coyne from First Midwest Bank. Bernice Holloway, Village Romeo Clerk. Bill Cole, one of our board members. From Will County Executive Larry Walsh's office, Anastasia Tusky. Page Medical Group, Rosaline Weber. Where's Rosaline? Did you stand up, Rosaline? All right. Our staff, not all of them are here tonight, but I'm going to go through the names and staff. When I read your name out, please stand up and we'll do a round of applause with them. My assistant, Pat Garcia. Receptionist, Rosalind Romero, couldn't be with us tonight. Christine Casillas is our Director of Housing and Financial Counseling. Kathy Burgess is our Clinical Director. Jimmy Davis is one of our housing counselors, and unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. Wayne Price, one of our clinical counselors. Brittany Stevenson, you'll be hearing from her shortly. Heba Candile is with us. And I know just about everybody in this room is Gloria Murtaugh. It's the staff, it's not just me, obviously, it's the board, it's the staff, it's a great team effort that allows CSC to really be successful as we unfortunately to be. Bolingbrook in the surrounding area, most of you know this, has a very strong nonprofit community. There are a number of organizations always reaching out, helping those in need, willing to take that extra step and do what's needed to help our neighbors. And I wanted to point out someone here who's here tonight who really epitomizes that, has done it for years. I've always looked upon him as a leader in our community, especially in the nonprofit world, Jerry Basil. Carol's probably going to talk about this a little bit, but next year is going to mark the 40th anniversary of Community Service Council. We've gone through a great level of turmoil in those 40 years before I got here. And some good growth over the last few years that I've been fortunate to be able to have. Just to put in perspective what we do and how many people we help. Last year, 2016, we helped over 200 housing clients. Most of those were people looking to save their home on the verge of being foreclosed on. Also included with that group was probably about 30 or 40 people wanting to buy a home, not knowing what to do, budget issues, credit type issues, looking to us to get things in line so they can get set up, and we help them buy a home. Along with that program, we started, and many of you have heard me talk about this program over the years. About 3 years ago, we started the Your Home program. And with that program, it started with a grant from the AG's office, some other funding sources. And in Will County, in the last 3.5 years, we have renovated and got occupied again over 30 foreclosed properties. And those have gone to, many of them to our clients who, again, turned it, get started to buy a house, and we were able to get those houses occupied. They're no longer an eyesore. And the great majority of that 30 houses are in Bolingbrook. Program is frankly one of the strongest, if not the strongest in Will County, I believe. We do a lot of work with the court system. We do a lot of work with domestic violence offenders to get them rehabilitated and try to keep them out of jail. We do a lot of work with DUI offenders. Again, same thing, rehabilitation. Instead of just throwing somebody in jail, let's get them back and being productive members of society. Last year, 2016, we saw nearly 300 unique clients in our clinical counseling area. So all told, between those 300 or so in clinical, 200 plus in housing, we had over close to 2,000 individual appointments. And something that we have done over the years is a philosophy that we followed is that all our appointments and the work we do with people are basically all one-on-one. We don't do the big classes. We don't do we do outreach events, but we don't pack a room with 50 people and say, hey, we help 50 people. No. The great majority of those people are sitting in front of a counselor one-on-one. That's the way we choose to do it. That's what you guys are helping us support tonight. That's what makes things happen. I can talk about stats all night. I'm the numbers guy, but there's nothing that replaces some true life stories.
My name is Victor Zach. I'm an ambassador. People ask me, what does an ambassador do for CSC? Everybody in this room, from what Bob described earlier, knows somebody that they can tell to come here to help them. The story I'm about to tell you is about a friend of mine. I met him about 7 years ago. I call him a friend because he's a good guy. His wife was very ill. Everybody has pride. You look around this room, everybody has pride. He was a carpenter. He made great money. The recession came, no work. Without work, he became a handyman. I met him through one of my investors that was working on a house. He's an extremely great person, hardworking handyman. That's what he's done for all these years. Once his wife became ill, he fell behind on his mortgage. Everybody has a lot of pride. I can't tell you how proud of it Dan was. He never wanted any help. I would tell him about CSC, they could help him. He goes, no, I'm going to get an attorney. They'll help me save my house. He pays an attorney $400. He didn't have the $400. As it goes on, he's about 2 or 3 weeks from a court date, and the attorney just walked with his money. He just found him in a newspaper. It hurts because I see this all the time. I'm a realtor. People take advantage of people. What does CSC do? They try to help people. And the problem is, as they're helping people, a lot of people believe they don't need help, or it's not there. It's the help isn't for these people. It's too good to be true. The hardest hit program helped this gentleman get caught up, helped him out for about a year to pay his mortgage. He's so excited. He went with Christina. I literally had to bring the gentleman in after 3 times of giving him the information, trying to get him there. He did. So one day, him and I just walked into the office, met the guy, I introduced him, I go, this is where you need to come. There's no choice. You don't have a choice. You're not going to have a home. So he came, he did everything that he was told to do. He goes to court, he has his flyers, and the reason I'm telling you this story is because I found it very amusing. So did Christine. He sat there, and when his term was done, he just sat there and he kept handing flyers out to people in court. As he's handing these flyers out, the judge finally said something to him. Sir, what do you do? You can't hand things out for them. He goes, you're kidding me. This is the only place that helped me. They help me save my house. I'm just trying to help the other people here to do the same thing. You don't understand. The giggle tables, you could go outside and eat the flyers. He handed all those flyers out that Christina gave him. I'm very proud to call this gentleman a friend. Names are he lives in one of the communities that CSC works with. That's the story I really wanted to tell you. Everybody here knows of somebody that needs help. And you make you feel better by just telling the person and maybe bringing them in. Because everybody's embarrassed. It's hard to sit here and think that nobody's going to help me, I'm going to lose my house. But there are programs out there, and people don't. I have 2 other people that I've met where houses that Bob's working on, and I just go around the neighborhood, they're losing their houses. And you talk to people, you tell them about these programs, but nobody shows up at the office. You literally have to drag the people in there to try and help. So what CSC does is a phenomenal thing, but it's how to get the word out there to tell other people that, yes, there are programs here for people, to help people. It's not for, everybody thinks it's for somebody else, but it's not. Times are tough still. And a lot of people have depleted all their savings, their retirement, the last 8 years, and they haven't worked. So I believe there's going to be a lot more times that are going to be tough like this, but they're going to be for older people. People in their 50s, 60s, that have been just trying to survive. So kudos to Bob and Christina, and just remember, if you know of somebody, try to get them into CSC. If it's domestic, or if it's for housing, for help, there are programs out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor, Brittany. Unfortunately, there's far too many of those stories that they can make here all night sharing. But Victor did hit on a key point, and that was letting people know what we do, that we're here, that we're available, that many, especially in the housing program, many of the services we do provide are free, paid for by grants. Clinical counseling, there's all sorts of funding options available for that as well to help people out who are in dire straits. And that's where you guys come in. This is not a night about auctions and raffles and all that. It's about everybody I've talked to, and you've heard me say this is going to be about entertainment and education. And we're going to get to finish up the education part and the entertainment will start. But if you want to help, there's a few ways you can do it. First of all, you see a colored bag on your table. One of the programs that hasn't been mentioned yet is the Random Acts of Kindness. This is a program, a small fund that we have in our agency that provides direct financial benefit to someone in our community who is in need of help. So if they need a little help this month making rent, they were out of job for a little while, they need through their savings. The only ask we're doing tonight is if you throw a 10 or a 20 in that bag, you throw a check in that bag, that's going to go directly to the Random Acts of Kindness Fund. Gloria Murtaugh is the keeper of those funds. She does the screening of the people who come in. And we work a lot with, where's Kim Owens over there at DuPage Township. Kim and Gloria coordinate a lot on these type of situations. And we find between Kim, Gloria, Carol, and other people, we find the resources to help people get over the hump. So if you'd be so kind as to do something like that tonight, we'd greatly appreciate it. Victor mentioned that he's one of our ambassadors. There's a card on your table. If you want to be an ambassador, the more the merrier. All we need is a little information. We contact you. We don't ask for a lot of time commitment. We ask for one meeting a year. We ask for you to be our eyes and ears out in the community. Tell us what you're seeing. What are you hearing? What are people telling you is the assistance they need? Frankly, if you hear something bad about our agency, we want to know about it and correct it. So we bring that information back to us. The third thing I wanted to mention is that we have one of the programs that we have that doesn't get a lot of publicity either is called employee assistance. So any employers in the audience, we have a program that we offer to employers to help bridge the gap between health insurance, which often doesn't cover anything, especially related to mental health, and we, for a very nominal fee, can work with you and your employees on getting basically insurance coverage for mental health services. So that information is on the card as well if you want to fill it out. So all those things are there. One last thing, again, I want to give a shout out to the Bolingbrook Golf Club for hosting us tonight, for making this venue as beautiful as it always is. I hope you enjoyed the food. I've heard good compliments. There was a couple good new menu items that Jill pointed out, and we took a chance, and all the response has been good so far. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'm going to turn it back over to Mike, and we'll get ready to get going on the entertaining part of this evening.
We're going to raise the tempo. You want to give a big thank you as well to Bolingbrook Community Television. I know Gary's in the back of the room. Volunteers that give up their time. I'm sure there's a beautiful woman right now blocking his amazing shot. But BCT does a great job making sure that all the residents in Bolingbrook know what we have going on here. Okay, I get the exact and ultimate privilege of introducing CSC's board president and our village clerk here at the Village of Bolingbrook, Miss Carol Penning. She's been on the board since the mid-90s. She's been board president since 2000. She did tell me that village clerk is her first love, but being CSC board president is one of her true passions. I was reading through her little letter. You can read it in your book. But one thing stood out, something that Carol Penning is the author of. A volunteer is a person who can see what others cannot see, who can feel what most do not feel. Often, such individuals do not think of themselves as volunteers, but as partners. Partners in the fullest sense, supporting a noble cause. Everyone, let's give a round of applause for Carol Penning.
Well, I have an attitude of gratitude. Thank you all for being here. I didn't get a chance to walk around and say hello to everybody, but hello. I have so much here to read to you. So I hope you doesn't mind waiting. Just kidding, just kidding. I have the distinct honor, and I mean this with my whole heart, to present an exemplary individual and make a presentation of the first President's Award. The CSC was incorporated as a nonprofit agency in 1978. We are just shy of our 40th anniversary. The recipient selected has demonstrated exceptional support of the Community Service Council by providing selflessness, leadership, and service to our goals. In addition, this year's recipient contributed significantly to promoting the CSC's mission of making a positive difference in people's lives. He is not a naysayer. He is about being constructive, not about being destructive. He is part of the solution.
That's
Sorry.
right. Absolutely.
Not part of the problem. He is about building groups up, not tearing them down. He is about attending community events and supporting them with his time and monetary donations. He is about supporting all the nonprofits in Bolingbrook that work with passion and heart, along with the churches and organizations. He is a tireless activist and energizer bunny, attending events for the schools, parks, villages, townships, and libraries. Not many can keep up with his schedule, except Deputy Mayor Brown, maybe. And he goes and works as a leader above and beyond the call of duty. I call him Bolingbrook's architect,
That's right.
building this community to what it is today. And believe me, I've worked with 2 other mayors, so I know a good mayor. He is a historian of Bolingbrook's facts and happenings. He personally had a hand in the CSC's origination and continued longevity when the agency faced the financial crisis in the late 90s. He worked with the past CSC members like Marty Reynolds and Marion Kozlik through the early years of the agency's development. He echoes CSC's vision of addressing the challenges of individuals, children, and families by providing accessible and affordable clinical and housing programs which allow those in need to reach their full potential. On behalf of the CSC board, staff, and ambassadors, we share a resounding thank you for your continued support of the Community Service Council. It's an honor, a true honor, to announce tonight's CSC President's Award to our recipient, Mayor Roger Claar. And in red, love red. It says the 2017 President's Award, Roger C. Claar, for unwavering support of the CSC. Roger, thank you.
After listening to the last half, I wasn't paying much attention to the first. It really means I'm old. I know where this came from. A few weeks ago, you get to be this age, I won't point anybody out here, but I'm trying to scan the obits. And I saw a name in Romeoville that had passed away. And you have that immediate thought, damn, I wish I'd have known not to stop at 7 Low. Gene Cannell, who was the owner of the 7-Eleven on 135th Street, just west of 53. Still there, isn't it? He was the president of the CSC, and I became a trustee in 1979. Bob Bailey became mayor in 81, and Bob Bailey's wife was involved in counseling, and we were contributing at the time to the CSC, and Bob Bailey saw an opportunity to provide, to be very honest with you, and I may get criticized for saying this, but that's right, it's on TV. They wanted to take over the counseling money the village was donating and create what was called the Bolingbrook Counseling Center. Well, you can't fund both. I mean, I guess you could theoretically, but to me it makes no sense. So there was a big brouhaha going on, so Bailey asked me if I would mediate this dispute between the BCC, Bolingbrook Counseling Center, and the CSC. And that meant I would go down and meet with Gene Cannell, and we would debate this with his appointed trustee, his groupie, now writes for the Times Weekly. Every inch he gets, he still beats me up, he's still mad at me, Wayne Horn. And Wayne's wife was the clerk of the village at the time. So I would go down and meet with Gene and Wayne, and we'd come to an agreement. We'd make progress on how we were going to make this work. Well, then Wayne would go back to Bob, and Bob would point out the fact, no, you can't agree with that, that's not true. So we'd have another meeting, and we'd go through all the hassle again. And we finally were successful in keeping the CSC going. And today the village gives the CSC, I believe, $32,000 from village funds. And we carved out $36,000 from community development block grant CDBG funds, total of $68,000 to provide this. Now, I tell you the story about Bailey because I want to tell all of you. There's a lot of people in here who serve on boards. We're all people who support these things. You're not because you like groups. I mean, there's Lee Bush who picked up Operation Crystal's doing an outstanding job. And Jerry, your dream, your training program, your creation, you should be running it. It's shameful what happened to him. But anyway, for all you people that are involved in these groups, and there's a lot of people here, you're givers, you write checks, you volunteer, you go to functions like this. Be leery of people, the Johnny-come-latelys who show up and want to get involved. and want to be a board member and want to help out,
That's right.
look closely at their motives.
That's right.
There's a lot of people in politics today, and I'm a politician by nature, that's the reality, I am one, will use that to create a credential for themselves so they can use it in the future for all the wrong reasons.
That's right.
Bailey tried it. Bailey tried it, and he finally agreed, because Wayne wasn't Henry Kissinger. Bailey tried it, and the CSC survived, and survived ever since. And we fund it as a board, because it's not political. It's not a bunch of wannabes who want to be village this, village that, park this, school board that, clerk this. They just want to be volunteers and supporter of a great community organization. So be leery of those people. They're out there. You know it, I know it. And I will fight as long as I'm there to maintain support programs like Operation Christmas. Been around forever. You don't see Lee out front of the parade waving. You don't see Lee wanting this. He just works his butt off to make sure the program survives. And I'll always be there. You have my unwavering support for a little over 3 more years. You'll have after that, but I won't be mayor. Now, you can't make fun of any of that, Pat McGann. By the way, Pat McGann, there's another mayor today. John, stand up. Let John go. I also want to give special credit to a good friend of Bolingbrook, Scott Slocum, the morning radio personality. Who's been always very kind to Bolingbrook and Bolingbrook activities. And if you don't listen to it, you should, 1340 on your radio dial. I listen virtually every morning, find out what's going on in Will County. And I think, boy, I'm glad I don't live there. But anyway. Listen to Scott, but thank you very much, CSC. It was very kind. It's all because I need the officials.
How about one more round of applause for Mayor Claar? Okay, we got the energy up. Pat, I'm sure you have no shortage of material now, especially after those last 10 minutes. I think we're going to introduce our entertainment for the night. Before I do that, there's apples here. Those aren't to throw at Pat McGann. Those are for you to take, part of a little parting gift. Take an apple, take it home. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. All right, it's my pleasure to introduce Chicago comedian Pat McGann.
All right, how about it for Michael? Give it up for Michael. New dad. New dad. Congratulations, Michael. Congratulations, Mayor Claar. Finally to be at a Bolingbrook event where they recognize Mayor Claar. Jeez, that's nice. I didn't give you an awards. I thought I'd get you to come out of the house. You come to our event? No. We'll give you a trophy. All right. I'll come there. Make sure the Mayor Romeo is there. Romeoville is there to kiss my ass too. Make sure he's there. You know who really runs Romeoville, don't you? You know who runs Romeoville from afar? This guy, right here. He runs this whole area out here. I don't even know. Who cares, really? Where is Romeoville? Is it around here? Sounds awesome. How long have you been mayor there? 9 years. Okay. All right. So, how long have you been mayor here? 31. Good luck, John. Good luck. You know how you stay mayor? Tell everyone to be leery of other people. That's right. Be leery. People coming in, trying to grab power. My town. See this trophy I got? Stand up, John. Stand up. Sit down. Stand up, sit down. Just a reminder, who's in charge? You follow my commands. Oh man, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's not autumn. You guys know when the September equinox is? Autumn runs from that to the winter solstice. Get your together, people. Where's that agreeable woman in the back? Are you the one chirping during everything that mayor said? Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Sound like we were in a black church. That's right. Mm-hmm. You start fanning yourself in a minute? Yeah, relax. That's what happens. The black churches. It just does.
It's happening.
Unbelievable. This is fun. I'm happy to be here. What went on? I usually have a couple comedians go on before me when I do a show. No, not tonight. There's someone talk about child abuse case. And then you brought me up, so thank you. Brittany looked good though. She's like, I'm gonna tell a horrible story, but I am gonna look good doing it. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna tell a horrible story. It's gonna be really heart-wrenching, but I'm doing it in a red gown. I got this picked out for the big night. And then Victor came up here and just did this one. That was a good speech, Victor. Didn't really hear you. Jerry Basil, everyone stood up, and for you, you must be somebody, huh? All I saw you do was the invocation. That was pretty average. Our houses have power. Our fuel stations have fuel. You could have gone on forever with that. Our dollar stores have things for just $1. Our grocery stores have groceries. That's right, I'm gonna stand up and clap for this guy. He is smart. He could be Mayor Romeo though one day. Might be too tall for that though. Roger told me to say that. He said, just remind him who runs out here. You're retiring, who cares, right? 3 more years? Whatever the hell you want. Will County. I came out here from the city to buy some sugar drinks. Going back home, turn a profit. Oh, this is great. It's good to be out. How old is this audience? Is anyone young here? Who's in their 20s? Yeah, if you're in your 20s and you're a dissident, kill yourself. The hell are you doing here? How old are you, Dick? 23. 23? What do you do? You're looking for a job. I know who you talk to, don't you? Can I give you a tip? Bring him an award. Maybe John's got a gig for you in Romeo, though. He hates me right now. So. Just kidding, man. This is just jokes, all right? You know, we all got our name. Who's got the name tags on? Everyone from the council? Yeah? All right, good. All right, well, this is good to be. It's good to be out here. I drove out here. I don't come out here that much. I get confused out here.
Isn't it nice out here?
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's a little secret.
It is a little secret.
I get lost out here. Route 83, that always confuses me. That was a buddy of mine's nickname. What's up? Route 83. Yeah, we call him Route 83. He was big. Very heavy dude. We didn't know how much he weighed. We just knew he was somewhere between 294 and 355. Joke I brought you tonight. That's suburban humor. You like that one, Johnny? Bring that to Romeo Bell. Is he an ally, Mayor? Yeah. Okay, all right, then I'll lay off. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was not on the Eisenhower though. That's what makes me happy. You ever spend time on that highway? 290? That'll ruin your day. Who designed that? It's kind of like, yeah, we're sick of these exits on the right. What do you say we throw some up on the left? That's not a good idea. No, let's do it. When we get to Harlem, bring the rat machine over here. Let's give it a go. So many people don't know that reference because you just live in this little bubble out here. This little utopia you built for yourself. How big is this town? I had dinner off of Boughton Road. This is still 15 minutes from there on the highway. How many? 76,000 people? How much land you got here, Raj? 27? Wow. How big's Romeo though? 40,000. Well, that's cute. That's why you don't have to be that big to run it. Oh, come on. Calm down. It's just a joke. What, do you want me to make fun of how tall he is, Michael? His son's already wearing his suits. They're just jokes. We're just having fun. How old is that boy now? A week. And you're out? Brittany's gonna be talking about you next year. Let's just call him Michael Carpanzano just to be safe. I have a story for you. Let's just say his name's Michael Carpanzano. Look at Victor, so happy I'm making fun of someone else. You wanna come up here and address this thing? As you know, I got kids. My wife and I, we got three little ones. 3 under 4. Yeah. Some people ask me what that's like. Here's a fast fact. 75% of the asses I wipe aren't mine. Got that one, Jen? That's the hand I use. Got one in preschool now. Pre-preschool. Did you know that existed? I had to pick them up the other day. That's pressure when you pick up your kid at preschool. All the parents are out there. It's like, all right, be excited to see me. When you run out here, come on, give me a hug. Yeah, it's tough. Preschool. I didn't know that existed. My wife's like, he wants to go. We have to sign him up. So he wants to go where? School? He doesn't know what school is. He wants to go to school. Walk him out to the garage. Be like, here we are. This is our first day. This is a broom right here. We're gonna learn how to sweep today. Might be gifted. That's what my wife said. It's like, yeah, he was eating a crayon yesterday. A purple one. Looked like you after a glass of wine. But I'm not putting them to bed tonight. That makes me happy. Putting your kids to bed's the worst. I know you're in your 20s, do you have kids? No, you don't. Pay attention anyway. From the future. Putting your kids to bed is the worst. You have to lie to them. That's what we do every night. We lie. Every night we're just like, big day tomorrow. You gotta get some rest. You got a big day tomorrow. Big day. You gotta wake up and cry about broccoli. Keep us from having sex. Sometimes they do have big days, right? These kids are overscheduled. Last weekend, my wife's like, you gotta bring her to music, then she's got swimming, then you gotta drop her off to gymnastics. We should probably get a calendar. I was like, no, we should probably cancel some shit. Start with gymnastics. That doesn't run in our family. You know? I feel like you sign up your kid for gymnastics, they should bring the parents in the room and test the gene pool. Let's go, Dad, touch your toes. You can't do that? Mom, cartwheel. No? All right, we can't accept your child. My daughter had ballet. My wife's like, you gotta get her dressed. She's got ballet. It's like, really? I have to get her dressed? Maybe that's a sign she's not ready for the performing arts. Maybe I should be bringing her to how to get dressed. Then I'll drop her off at listening. They're just little, you know? I love them, but there's not a lot we can do with them when they're that little. My wife always wants to do stuff they're not ready for. She wants to take them to the Art Institute. That was our big idea this summer. Let's go to the Art Institute. It's like, yeah, Luke was just talking about how he wants to see some Impressionist paintings. At least I think that's what he said. I'm not sure. He doesn't talk yet. The Art Institute? I would take them to the mall, give them a pretzel, show them the hand dryers in the bathroom. And blow their minds. We went to the zoo, we went to Brookfield Zoo, which is expensive, right? You gotta pay your parking to get in, the food's not cheap. And then you go in there, and the tigers are sleeping. It's like, really? I'm 70 bucks deep. You wanna get a manager over here? Poke one of these things? Let's go. It's visiting hours. We went to Lincoln Park Zoo, that's free, because it's a prison. You've been there? Just a bunch of animals living in the city, hanging out on the lakefront. Their studio apartments. They had a lion there in like a 20-foot cell, just pacing back and forth, pissed off. My daughter picked up on it, like, I don't think he's happy. What's he thinking? I was like, he's thinking about killing all of us. And she freaked out. I want to go home. I was like, you know what, so does he. He wants to go home too. They didn't trick him when they painted the jungle in the back of his cell. Don't you love how they do that? Try and recreate the habitat with some painting, like it's fooling the animal. Like, oh, maybe I'm back in the Serengeti. There's my buddies over there, and just runs into a wall. Turns around, sees a bunch of fat people eating fried dough. I'm gonna do that. My wife's been talking about going to Hawaii. I'm just gonna paint some palm trees on our wall. Yeah, she'll come home from work. I'll be like, aloha. Here's your Mai Tai. Yeah, they're a lot of work. Sometimes my wife will take one, or I'll take, like divide and conquer. She'll take a kid, or I'll take. She took my daughter the other night and sends me a text. We're staying out. Thought you guys had some boy time. And left me with the two little dudes for boy time. Really? The little guy doesn't even know he's a boy. Boy time? All right, cool. Text me when you're close so I can get rid of all the strippers and blow. What are we gonna do? You guys wanna watch a game? Throw the ball around? I know you wanna stand on that chair and flick the light switch on and off. Alright, cool. What do you want to get into? I take all the Kleenex out of the box, one by one? That's awesome. Don't worry about it. I'll just stuff them back in there. I'm just happy to be hanging out with the fellas. Alright, we gotta get out to Vegas. They're maniacs, these kids. When they're little, they change their minds all the time. They're emotionally not stable. They're insane. They get so enthralled. You ever throw a kid in front of just a piece of paper or an empty box? They just get so into it. I wish I could do that, right? Take a drug just to be like that for a few hours a day? Wouldn't that be cool if you had a club and someone's like, hey, you wanna take some toddler? And it's nothing sexual, you're actually gonna think girls are gross, but I was on this last weekend, I woke up in a sandbox covered in fruit snacks. It's a party, man. They just take over your life, right? You got kids, Mayor? Yeah? How many you got? I don't mean to take you away from your phone. Zoning out. It's what? It's about the kids. How many you got? Just one? How old? 6? Good time? What do you got, boy or girl? Boy. That's kind of what you want as a man, right? Sometimes? What's that? No. You want to touch me? He's jealous of you, Jared. 6-year-old boy. That's fun. Yeah, my daughter's, she's the oldest. We started with a girl. We never knew what we were having, First one girl, didn't know. Got her a lot of gender-neutral clothes before she was born, so we just dressed her like Ellen for a while. A lot of pants and blazers. They take over your life, though. We're sleep deprived now. That's a phase. You're in that, right? Sleep deprived, man. That's when you fight. My wife will say stuff to me, and I'll say it right back, and then she gets bent out of shape, like, oh really, do you wish you were someone else? Is that what you want? You wish you married someone else, don't you? One of those blonde sluts you dated. It's like, yeah, that's my fantasy, just to be married to someone else. That's what I lie in bed dreaming about. Yeah, same exact storyline, different cast. Really, that'd be like someone in a hospital. I wish I was in a different hospital. We fight, She tried to insult me the other day. She's like, you're not organized. I was just like, ouch. I'm not organized? Actually, we met at the Container Store. I met her at a bar at noon. Maybe that was a sign I have crap on my dresser. Yeah, but we try and have fun. We go out like this, like to an event like this. That's what married couples do, right? It's not fun. Pretend it is, but it's not that. this is a worthy event, don't get me wrong. Going out with married couples, it's not what it used to be. Just go out and talk about Mariano's for a half hour. I'm so excited, it's like it's a grocery store. Can we calm down? Everyone competes with how tired they are. That's a game you play. You go out married people, oh, we're exhausted. We don't get any sleep either. It's like, then why are we all here? Why don't we just go home and lay down, right? But then the drinks start coming, and all the women at the end of the table start making like bigger plans. Like we're talking about going to Italy over here. Wouldn't that be fun? Just the couples? It's like, that's not gonna happen. It took us 6 months to put this dinner together. 3 couples canceled today. That's my wife and her friends. They like to drink. I like to drink too, you know? Sometimes I get a little banged up, and I admit it. My wife, her friends, they don't admit that they were drunk. My wife's always like, I wasn't drunk, I was just exhausted. I've been working my ass off. I don't do anything around here. So, yeah, you looked really wiped out when you were dancing on that table. I wasn't drunk, I didn't have anything in my stomach. I had an empty stomach. He's like, no, it was not empty. There was a bottle of wine in there. Bloody Mary, just admit it. You had some fun. Yeah, we try things, you know. It's just the kids. They take over. We're not in our 20s like this dude. What's your name? Dan. Dan? And you're currently just looking for a gig, or?
Yeah, I just graduated college.
Just graduated from college? Where'd you go?
Illinois State.
Nice. I should tell them to hire you if they're so happy about that. Clapping it up. Oh wow, a white guy graduated from college. That is impressive! 20s, man, enjoy it. I can't talk about my 20s at home. I met my wife when I was 31. Sometimes she'll ask me, like, what were you doing in your 20s? I'm just like, nothing. I was looking for you. I thought you were in Mexico one weekend. Sometimes I'll talk about my 20s. I'm taking out the garbage, call my buddy from college. Like, remember all that stuff we used to do? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I gotta get back inside. Sometimes they'll call me and I have to cut them off. They'll be like, dude, I just saw this girl. They remind me, I'm like, hey, say hi to Sarah and the kids. We're all here. You're on speaker. We're in the car. Family day. Let's catch up later. Good to hear you, though. 20s is when you go out, right? You still go out? Crushing it? Bolingbrook? Take over that promenade? Yeah? Gordon Biersch? You ever go to Romeo, though? It's all right. Gotta work on that Bureau of Tourism there, Mayor. I think he's had enough of me. Looking at his phone like, I hate this shit. No, we're kind of all similar, right? In this little corridor, like through the... You guys aren't Southsiders. I'm a Southsider. But you probably use Midway. That's close, right? That's my airport. Don't you love that airport? It's the middle of the neighborhood. Whose idea was that? That's some Chicago politics right there. You know? Some alderman just like, I want that airport in my neighborhood. It's like, it's pretty residential there. I don't think it's a good idea. No, let's do it. We'll knock down that venture and jam it right in there. Those planes coming in right over those bungalows. You ever land there? You can see like a wiffle ball in someone's gutter. Whose idea was this? Just a little airport. You ever fly there? It's like you pull up in front of your buddy's house and be like, I'm out of here and going to Orlando. Just walk in there.
It's not like San Diego, though. It's worse than San Diego.
It's worse than San Diego, okay.
Yeah, San Diego's bad.
If you have some comments, just yell them out. Just like a town hall. I usually like to officially open it up for Q&A at the end, but if you want to punch up the material, yell it out. Yeah, why not? What the hell is that? What's your name again?
It's Colleen.
Colleen?
Yes.
Colleen?
Yes.
Not Colleen.
No, it's Colleen.
It's Colleen.
Gosh, I
Okay, you have to be difficult about it. Just spend your whole life telling everyone it's not Colleen. It's Colleen. Okay, all right, sorry, you're so interesting. It's Colleen. She just gave me the finger. Good. You're interrupting me, Colleen. What do you do, Cole?
I'm a retired nurse. I was a nurse.
You were a nurse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I'm retired now, yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Nurses are saints. What do you do?
I started Occ Health and I ended up OB-GYN.
You started off
Occupational health,
occupational.
and then I ended up OB-GYN, babies.
You ended up delivering babies.
Well, I ended up working with women that were delivering babies, yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm
A lot of
trying
fun.
to confirm.
Trying to confirm, yeah, you know.
Well, technically, I worked with women that were pregnant. Yeah, but they weren't when you were done.
Exactly. You and I are gonna go around, buddy. You and I are gonna go around.
No, I would never do that. Can you imagine I get into a domestic with a woman at a CSC event? Things kind of went awry. They got off the... You should have seen it coming. He was not respectful to Mayor Romeoville. And then he started punching a woman. I think her name was Colleen, or what was it? Colleen. Anyway, she kind of deserved it. She was yelling shit from the back.
Don't mess with Roger. You can mess with Romeo, Bill. Don't mess with him.
All right, good point.
You got it?
Yes, I got it.
All right.
Hell hath no fury. Oh man, I'm scared of this woman.
Yeah. That's what
Real
I'm
Housewife
talking
of Will County out tonight. Absolutely not. I will set it straight. Who are you sitting with here tonight, Cole?
about. Well, I'm with the library.
The library?
We have the board. We also have a village trustee at our table.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Think anyone wants to shush you more than people that work in a library? We would love to have you at their place of business.
I'm gonna
Why don't you come on over, Cole? Come on by the library next week and yell stuff out. And I'm not messing with Roger. I love Roger. We're friends. We've known each other for like 6 years now. At least 5, 6 years.
You know how long I've known him?
Don't care, Cole. Give me the finger with both hands.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Like my mom's age. That was awkward. I told my mom, one of your friends gave me the finger last night. My parents are not that old. Not that, they're probably around your age. You just retired, you said, my parents are getting old. They're not old, they're getting old. Right? This is how I know they're getting old. I was at their house last week. My dad was putting an addition on their medicine cabinet. Yeah, so we're gonna knock out this wall here, put another wing for some ointments. They're not old. My grandma, she's old. She's like 90-something. I only say 90-something because we don't even know. There's not a lot of great paperwork on her floating around. You know? She's like a Cuban baseball player. She's actually 93, my grandma. Yeah, she just turned 93. I tried to compliment her at a party for her. I was like, Grandma, you don't look 93. She's like, really? How do I look? It's like, all right, checkmate. 89-ish? She always says the same thing when I go over there. I'm ready to go. I wish the Lord would take me. I'm like, that's nice when you go visit someone, they'd rather be dead. Makes you feel like great company. I try and distract her, like, you really ready to go? What about these dishes in the sink? Are you just gonna leave these? My grandma's awesome. That generation, I feel bad that they're disappearing. Those were great people. Greatest generation, that's what they call those people. Which is a little bit much, because it's like, hey, there's other generations here where you guys are the greatest. Why? Because you beat Hitler? And not right away, I want to point out. The greatest generation? I don't know. They weren't healthy, were they? Just smoking their brains out, blowing in their kids' faces? Like, oh, you didn't know is bad for us. Really? You didn't know lighting something on fire, breathing smoke? How about when your fingers started turning yellow? Did you think something was up? You know how much money we spent on drunk driving laws and seatbelt awareness? You know why? The greatest generation was whipped around the road. And untethered. Just taking people out. Coming back from their martini lunches. They were great though, they were. They knew how to stretch a dollar, right? They value things. That's not us. I threw a frying pan out the other night, didn't want to scrape it. How much is this, baby? 20 bucks? Get out of here. We don't cook that much. That generation, they carry cash. We don't do that anymore. I love those people. They worked hard. Now you hear people talk about, oh, my job's so tough. Man, I'm getting my ass kicked at work, got a hard job. No, you don't. There's not a lot of hard jobs left, right? This is how you know if you have a hard job. If you worked out the day you went to work, you don't have a hard job. You know, my grandpa, he worked in a sheet metal factory. You know what that was? I don't. I used to just picture a huge piece of metal, and they were like, can someone grab me a sheet of that? And my grandpa's like, I'll get it. I just know he wasn't knocking off at lunch going to a spin class, is what I'm saying. Calling my grandma on the way home from work, I'm gonna stop and do some hot yoga in my welding mask, because I got so much energy left. Yeah, there's not a lot of hard jobs. I don't think. I mean, I had a real job before I started doing this. I worked from home. If you work from home, you don't have a hard job. Right? A lot of people, I'm so busy. Where do you work? At home. What? I work from home. It's simple. I got fired though, that sucked. Continue to wake up in the office every day. My wife would try to motivate me, like, clean the kitchen. I'm like, the old cafeteria? Wouldn't give them the satisfaction. Yeah, it's not easy. Anyway, I don't want to be disrespectful to the mayor, because, like, I'm a Chicago guy, and I love the burbs out here. I'm Catholic. You got a lot of Catholic schools out here? Yeah? Oh, great. St. Dominic? Yeah. Not that I'm that into it. I'm not super Catholic. Like, I'm Catholic, but I'm not like that. You know, like I try and hold your hand during the Our Father. You ever see those people at church? It's like, what are you going pro? Get the hell away from me. It's flu season. Right? You're like walking out of church with a whooping cough. How'd you get that? The Lord's Prayer. Just holding this scumbag's hand. Yeah, I'm not that Catholic. I don't get communion like this. You see those? I think I did that once in high school. My buddy was handing it out, and I got in his line just to freak him out. Like, how'd you like to be handing that out? I think I'd just be like, I should go to church though. If I do have to go Saturday evening, that's the mass you want to go to, right? Like 4 or 5 o'clock, those are the people there. They're like admitting, like, yeah, we're getting after tonight. No way, we're getting up tomorrow. We gotta get this out of the way, right? You should be able to tailgate that mass. You know, like church starts at 4, we're going to the parking lot around 2, play some bags. If you want to bring a dip. That's what we do on the south side, we bring a dip everywhere we go. That's a life you have to look forward to. When you're married, you get invited over to someone's house and bring a dip. And there's always some woman there like, I shouldn't eat this, I'm on paleo, but okay, I'll have all of it. I'll tell you about my kids some more. They're fun, but they're a lot of work, right? Wait till you're in that phase where you think it's hard, but it's gonna get harder. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like sometimes it comes across I don't love it. I do love it. I was out with my daughter all summer, got her ride a bike. 2 wheels, get her off the training wheels, right? Had her out there with her helmet. It's like my buddies were like giving me crap about, like, we didn't wear helmets. She wears a helmet. It's like, yeah, she wears a helmet. It's my daughter. We didn't do that. Yeah, we were stupid. We didn't know. We have more information now, better technology. You think people always push back on progress like that? I think the Wright brothers were like, really? You guys put doors on the airplane? You pansies. Just go up there with a scarf and goggles. No, we know more. We protect our kids, right? Some days I don't want to because they're little terrorists. They can, they get you in that, yeah. I hate to call them that, a terrorist. And his parents are like, we're not going to negotiate with these terrorists. And they start blowing some shit up. You're like, all right, let's just find out what their demands are. You want some pudding? We can talk about that. just finish your dinner. No, we want it now. It's like, you can't have it. We want, it's like, all right, we're gonna blow this place up. It's like, don't do that. We want to see it. It's like, oh, you want to see the pudding? All right, hey, open the briefcase. Just let it out. Great laugher. Your grandson? Yeah. You guys all work with Carol?
We're her sisters.
You're her sisters? Oh, that's beautiful. I only mess with guys. I don't mess with except Cole. She started that. Everyone knows that. I can't start that. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? My kids? I ask a lot of questions. That's what you have to look forward to. Wait till they start talking. Like, you're amazed now, right? Then it wears off on you. Like, you'll text Nadia like, he just rolled over. 3 years from now, he'll ask you a question, he'll be like articulating a language that he just learned, and you'll be like, shut up. Stop asking me a million questions. They wake you up, too. Yeah, that's what I don't like. So I travel, and then I feel bad about it, but then I don't, because I get on the road, and I'm like, oh, you know? I have to pretend I don't like it, though. I'll call home my wife, so I was like, you miss us? Like, yeah, I miss you guys so much. We're in this hotel room all by myself. So I turned on Nickelodeon real loud and threw some crackers on the floor. Called the front desk and I said, call me at 4 in the morning screaming, Dad. I said, I miss you guys so much. I don't miss them, I get to wake up on my own. You don't do that as a parent. You wake up to a human being. You know how frustrating that is? Imagine your alarm going off, you go to hit snooze, and it just stands up. It's like, I want a waffle. They all stand up in their beds too, that's what I love. All 3 of my kids, they wake up and stand up. When do we stop doing that? That's something you should hold on to. You're in your 20s, take that from here. You bring your girl home, you don't want there in the morning, stand up in your bed. Just gonna walk around your mattress. That was fun last night, wasn't it? What do you want to do today? Want to go to a Bolingbrook CSC event? Colleen's gonna be there. Crap in the back. Just watch her get out of there. 20s, and you're growing up with these girls now, they dress. Man. That must have been why it took you to 23 to get out of Illinois State. Distracted. The way girls dress now, in their 20s, it's like, I don't know. They didn't dress like that when I was in college. They all wore flannel shirts. My parents are moving. They called me the other day. They're like, come get all this crap out of the house. I got all these pictures from college. My pictures of the girls I dated. They all dressed like Garth Brooks. Just all flannels. That was my date in college. You want to go see Titanic? Yeah. Can you dress like the Paul Bunyan? I picked up an 8. Sometimes I wear like a turtleneck and then a flannel shirt over the turtleneck. You remember that look? Anyone remember that? And my buddy's like, how'd it go? Did you get up her shirt? He's like, yeah, one of them. Yeah. The questions, though, I was just talking about the kids. They ask you. It starts right in the morning, too. My daughter, the other day, how come there's holes in my Cheerios? It's like, just eat it. What do you want to hear? That's profit for General Mills. My son wanted to know why the inside of our windows were frosted. It's like, dude, that's science. I went to Catholic school. No clue. I can show you how to put your initials in there. When's Mom going to be home? That's a big one I get. When's Mom going to be home? It's like, don't you think I'm wondering the same thing? I don't know. How about this? When I start paying attention to you, she's close. I put my phone on the counter, she's in the driveway! Oh, there she is! Let's find out how her day was. Oh, did it suck? What you doing, girl? What's your name? Pat, you are a saint too. Every time I see you, you come to these events, they give you some award. You must be just rolling your eyes like saint. Enough. Where do you put all this? In your wall? In your conference table? Yeah. Invite this guy over for the Northern Will County Summit. Say, John, you see this? It's like Game of Thrones out here, isn't it? See this from the House of Claar. 3 years all one day. My lady. Just started watching that show. I'm really late. I'm only on like season 3. You watch that? Colleen, you watch that?
I love that show. I just started
I watch
watching
it. I
it
picture
too.
Colleen watching it, just yelling at the TV, giving it the finger. She's such a sweetheart. All right, we're almost near the end. And it's almost autumn, so that's good. The show goes right into autumn. The Autumn Gala. Is it gala or? Gala. Gala? Gala. Oh, sorry. Brittany, good job tonight. That was good. How long you been there, Britt? Almost 7 years. Good for you. You're a saint. You guys are doing great things. Truly. Keep supporting. Mayor Claar, congratulations. No, this guy's been phenomenal to me and the whole town. I feel like I've been at a lot of Bolingbrook events. And they're all the same. I tell jokes, I come up, I'm a jerk. He gets a award. And I go home. I lived this night before. That's why John was a welcome wrinkle. Something different. I didn't know Romeoville had someone running it. I thought it was, I've driven through there and it looks like no one's in charge. I love how you guys have grown. It's just a joke. I got really driven through Romeoville and I'm like, oh, this is chaos. Who the hell runs this? I'm sure he's doing a phenomenal job. Yes. All right, don't clap for yourself. When I'm done here and everyone's clapping and going crazy, I'm not going to be over there clapping for me. By the way, you don't have to go crazy, but Colleen, you can always be respectful. Dig yourself out of the hole. So you guys are off in the library? Yeah?
Village board.
Yeah.
Village trustee.
How our libraries in Chicago, they're just not as open as much as they used to. You guys open regularly?
72 hours a week.
So no. 72 hours a week. I've never heard it explained that way. Sounds like you said you're open 3 days a week, but you're not. You're open a lot. Now that I've thought about it. You should say it differently. It sounds like you're not. You open like 8 to 8 every day? 7 to 7? 10 to 7? 72 hours a week, it makes it sound like we go around the clock, Monday to Wednesday, and we shut it down. Boom, we're going out. You didn't read it by now? Forget it. Man, that's what happens when you get into books, you don't know how to talk to people. That's the message tonight. Stop reading. Be leery of anyone that shows up with books. You see anybody just talking about reading? Arithmetic? That? They're using that as a stepping stone to take over our land. But we will not see that done. The House of Claar will remain strong. You guys are great. Thanks so much. Pat McGann, yes.
Who's Colleen? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everyone here at CSC, I'm sorry, Pat gets me every single time. My stomach hurts. I just texted Nadia and said, make sure you watch this on VCT. That's how exciting our life has become. Turn on VCT. Seriously though, on behalf of everyone here at CSC, if you can, take another moment, pass around that bag, anything you can to support the mission. We greatly appreciate it. I do want to give a quick shout out. Judge Ben Braun popped in. Where is he? All right, honestly, on behalf of everyone at CSC, please continue to support the mission. You heard from Carol, you heard from some great folks, you had some great laughs. This is the inaugural, so I'm sure Bob and his team are going to go back and plan for the second annual and look autumn Gala. Yes, they're gonna plan it after the summer solstice. But seriously, thank you. Keep in touch. Honestly, there's those ambassador cards. If you're interested, fill them out, pass them off to either put them to the center of the table or give them to someone at CSC. And make sure you take an apple. Everyone drive safe. Thank you for coming out. We'll see you at the next great event. Good night.